Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to show you one of the looks I've been using with my Pan That palette for this year, which is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. At the minute I'm really trying to get through as much Candied Violet and Amaretto as possible. I know a lot of other panners this year are panning this palette. I know a lot of people are scraping out and doing away with Candied Violet, but I don't know why I'm doing it to myself, but I'm just desperately still trying to make it work. I think it's because most people who are panning this palette are using the palette up, whereas I'm just panning it. So in which case, you know, I don't think it's going to be as difficult just to hit pan on that shade as it would be to use it completely. So I'm going for that today, and yeah, I'm just especially with my fair skin tone, I am finding it tough to think of ways over spring and summer where this is going to be something I want to reach for. But yeah, I think I'm quite pleased that I've managed to achieve some sort of resemblance of a fresh spring look. So if you'd like to see how I got this look, then just keep watching, and if it's not up already, I should also have an update for my Pan That palette. So I'm on update 5 now, because we're now in May. So I hope you like the video. First is a bit of concealer just to get rid of those purpley blue tones in my inner corner. I'm using MAC's Studio Finish concealer, but you can use whatever concealer you want really. And then I'm just going to use MAC's Painterly Paint Pot just to prime my eyes from the crease upwards to the brow bone. Just use your concealer if you want though. And the Maybelline Colour Tattoo in the shade Pink Gold. I know they call it something different in the US. But I'm just going to put 2 layers of that on my moving part of my lid up to my crease, and then I'm just going to set the crease area and up to the brow bone, up to my eyebrow really, using the shade White Chocolate from the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. I'm going to list all the brushes in order of what I use when I use them, and also the shades in the Chocolate Bar palette in order of when I use them in the description bar for you. I'm just taking Amaretto now and I'm stamping that, trying to pack it on as much as possible into the outer corner, and I'm sort of coming in an upward shape because I have hooded eyes, almost in sort of like Stephanie Lange's dome sort of shape, because this is going to be a halo eye. And I'm just using the same brush for the inner corner. If you want to use a smaller, more precise brush for a better application, then go for it. This is just pure laziness as to why I'm using the same brush, and I'm putting 2 layers of this on as well. I'm just then going to take some of the Amaretto shade on the tips of this brush and just connect the two. Now you can do your transition before doing this, and I've tried the look using both methods and both are fine, but yes, I'm doing the halo eye first, and then I'm going to go in with my transition. It looks a bit crazy when you do it this way round, but it does get blended out, it does sort of work eventually. So I'm using a mixture of salted caramel and semi-sweet to blend that out and to have a transition. Now I actually just wanted the colour of semi-sweet, but I have to mix salted caramel in with that colour when I use it, because of the fact that semi-sweet is so difficult to blend. It's not the same formula, and so mixing it with salted caramel makes it nice and blendable, rather than it being like a liner shadow formula, which is how it feels. And then in the inner section, everywhere we haven't already put eyeshadow, I'm going to be doing the spotlight with the Champagne Truffle shade, just packing it on with my finger and then attempting some remnants of blending that out. I'm also just going to take this eyeliner in the shade Denim by Prestige and just pop that in my waterline and also my lower lash line, just as a base for Candied Violet, because as we all know, Candied Violet is rubbish. So I'm going to use this smudger brush here just to pack on Candied Violet, and I really have gone to town to try and get as much Candied Violet on this brush as possible. And actually over the top of this liner, it just brings out that lovely sort of purple sparkle that this shade is supposed to have, which is so difficult for it to translate. And then I'm using the same brush with the same mixture of the 2 transition matte colours just to buff out the lower lash line, that salted caramel and semi-sweet once again. Hardly any product on it though, just a teeny tiny bit just to get that blended. And then in the inner corner I'm just taking yet another Real Techniques brush with Champagne Truffle and just packing that on the inner corners of my eyes. So I'm just going to finish off the rest of my makeup now and come back and show you the finished look. If you notice an outfit change halfway through the video, it's because I spilt coffee all over myself, so that's why. So this is the finished look, and I will put all the products in the description bar of what I've got on my face today. And yeah, I think this is probably one of the closest ways you can get to a spring look using this palette. I specifically deliberately haven't shown the shades just because it's in my project sort of pan that palette, so I don't want to spoil that, but this palette is quite dark in tone and it is difficult to get a sort of spring look out of it, so I think that this is probably going to be my go-to spring look. Amber F suggested before about panning a particular look, and I've struggled really to find looks I really do want to pan, but I think I'd actually be comfortable to pan this look, to carry on when repeating this look. So yeah, this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Please link any videos or any comments regarding how you use this palette to achieve spring looks in the comments for me. And I will just say, if this look is very similar to anybody else who's panning this palette, I will just go out there and say I'm watching every single person I can who's panning this palette this year. So this look is inspired by all of those people. I did create the look myself, but at the same time I'm watching all the other looks, and so obviously they're bound to impact my creation. So I hope everyone's having a great spring, and I'll see you soon. Bye!